towards the one, the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the Spirit of guidance. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So welcome, friends, and again we're continuing our journey through the beautiful names of the Beloved, and we'll be exploring Ya Khaliq tonight, or this morning, depending on where you are. Ya Khaliq, the only one who creates, the source of all creativity. But it's also happens today to be Holocaust Remembrance Day. So we're also going to spend some time honouring that day of remembrance and looking at how we can work together, aligned with the Holy One, to create peace and unity. So why don't we start with a chant and a dance?
Yes. Sounds good.
Shall we have shalom?
Let's have shalom. This is very appropriate to start with a Hebrew phrase, word. Peace. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. And then we sing a nigun, where we don't sing any words. We make whatever sound comes to express the feeling in our soul. Right. Our longing for peace, our longing for integration, oneness and togetherness. Shalom, 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 shalom. Let's sing that together. Shalom, shalom. Song with our movements, changed a bit from what we do when we're all dancing together. So let's just sway to shalom, I think. Backwards and forwards, side to side, I should say. Shalom, shalom. our fingers, stepping in and then stepping out. And again. Shalom. Amen.
Amen.
May there be peace in the world and peace in our hearts.
So let's take a few moments to connect with this Holocaust Remembrance Day and to send our prayers for peace, our prayers for the best world possible. Shalom. And the theme for this year's Holocaust Day is bridging generations. And the intention is that we all remember that it's for every one of us to remember, it's for every one of us to build the best world we can build, to create peace, to find peace in our own hearts and to share that peace, and to talk to our children and our grandchildren and to remember the stories of our parents and our grandparents, bridging these generations and keeping this longing for a peaceful, more just world, keeping that alive, creating it in every moment. So we're going to sing some more words in Hebrew. Words from the very beginning of the book of Genesis. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim vet haaretz. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And we can hear this as a story about a time long, long ago when the world was new and being sung into being for the first time. But we can also hear it as a call to create this new world. Each one of us, with every breath, in every moment. Bereshit, this beginningness, it doesn't just talk about in the beginning a long time ago, once upon a time. It talks about every new beginning, every new breath, every new moment is another chance to begin again. And this beginning is unfurling like an angel's wings, creating in fire and in air. The world that we want to see. So let's say together, Bereshit.
Bereshit.
Bara.
Bara.
Elohim.
Elohim.
Elohim, the one who is many, the Holy One, who takes many forms, takes all forms, in fact. So, each one of us not left out of this process of creation, the new world, a new beginning. Bereshit bara Elohim.
Bereshit bara Elohim.
And then we have the word for heaven, Shemayim.
Shemayim.
So we could say the world of flowing light, the wave form of light. Vet ha'aretz.
Vet ha'aretz.
Ha'aretz is the particle form, the individuation, both collectivity and individuation, both wave and particle, both heaven and earth. Eta shemayim vet ha'aretz.
Eta shemayim vet ha'aretz.
Bereshit bara Elohim.
Bereshit bara Elohim.
Eta shemayim vet ha'aretz.
Eta shemayim vet ha'aretz.
Let's give it a try. Bereshit bara Elohim. Eta shemayim vet ha'aretz. 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 So we're going to sing that 4 times, and then we just sing Bereshit, and we spread it out. You'll hear how it goes with the music. So be, this word that means both in and with and alongside. So, Bereshit, in this unfurling of a new moment. We're in this moment of beginning this. Bereshit. Let's sing that. And again. And listen. Together. And again. Let's go from the top. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim vet ha'aretz. 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 Beautiful. I'll show you some movements that we can do for this. But just to bring in here our connection also with Yah Khaliq, the only one who creates. So in this beginningness, when we're creating the world that we want to see with all of the help of all the angels and the beings of fire and air and light, really the only one who's doing the creating is Elohim, the one who is many, the Holy One, Yah Khaliq. Here we go. Oops. Tripping over there. So we're going to lean with our hearts to the left, and then bounce back, and then to the right, and then bounce back. And then we make a crescent from left to right, making this container that symbolizes heaven, and then we're dropping into it. Sorry. Haaretz. That goes with the words like that. So, leaning to the left. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim vet haaretz. 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 Now I'll just show you with Salik how this goes, but then we'll be doing it facing the screen. But with a partner, or if you're lucky enough to have a partner in the room with you, you can do it like this. So your fingertips are touching, and you're gathering up, you're unfurling these angel wings, and then bringing the hands down in blessing. But there's this precious moment where the eyes are concealed, and then we see each other again. It's like a new beginning, a moment of creation. So Bereshit, Bereshit. And then we face the center, and our palms are flat with our thumbs to the left, and we're just leaning to the left, making a circle, really part of a circle, till we get to the top, and then the palms flip so they're both facing the center. So it's just, there's one that's facing out that has to turn round, and then we come down in blessing again, in creation, creating the world we want to see. Bereshit, Bereshit. And then we start again at the beginning. Why don't you play the drum?
Okay.
So, these or other movements that feel good to you in this moment. Leaning with the heart, feeling, opening into this beginningness, this power of creation, the one who is many. That's each of us are being the hands of God, creating the world we want to see. That's what this is talking about. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim vet haaretz. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim vet haaretz. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim vet haaretz. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim Bereshit. Amen.
Bereshit.
So it's really important to remember that we're never finished until the last breath. Each one is a possibility for a new beginning, a possibility for a time to change. I'm not necessarily going to do it now, I just suddenly thought. It's so easy for us to feel like what can I do? And each one of us has that power with each breath, each action we take, each day of our lives to work towards making the world we want to see. I'm remembering when we went to that exhibition of Tom and his friends, It's Our Neighbour's Son, and one of his friends had made this really powerful exhibit, which was lots of different signs like you might hold up in a protest, and each one of them said, what can I do, or something like that, wasn't it? What good can one person do, or something like that. And there were hundreds and hundreds of them, each. You remembered it differently.
Like yeah. It was.
It was powerful. This sense that we feel like we're only one, but it's not quite like that.
I was remembering a beautiful song. I can't remember all of it. Another world is not only possible; she is on her way.
And on a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. We could sing it. We could sing
Spontaneous.
it. That's very spontaneous. Not used to this degree of spontaneity. Another world is not only possible, she's on her way. On a quiet day, on a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. Another world is not only possible, she's on her way. On a quiet day, on a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. Hear her breathing. Hear her breathing. So let's take a moment to listen for that new world. See if we can catch her breathing. She's not only possible, she's on her way. I'd like to read you from the book, The Physicians of the Heart, a little bit about Khaliq. That's our beautiful name of the day. Al-Khaliq is the only one who creates. It is the active, dynamic source of creation and the continuous activity of creation. There is no beginning to it and no end, nor any rest in the middle. Every moment reveals Al-Khaliq in action, as well as the fruits of the action. A variation of Al-Khaliq's root means to measure a piece of leather or any material and see that it is beautifully proportioned in design before cutting it and sewing the pieces together. And here's a really important part. Prior to anything being made, Al-Khaliq is the one who imagines all the possibilities. It is the innate disposition of God to imagine the universe. Metaphorically, it's like imagining all the possible letters that might be written with the ink in a bottle. Al-Khaliq is reflected in human beings, and as a consequence, we have the innate ability to imagine the beloved. So this beautiful reminder of imagining all the possibilities. Imagining the universe. Because if we can't imagine it, we can't create it. And those of you who are creative people, and I know I can see some of you on the screen right now, you have to have an imagination of something, a sense of something arising before you can make it concrete. So that goes not just for the art that we make, but also for the world that we want to make. So I can see you have something you'd like to share. They're going to censor it,
I know that, well, I just want to say also, I know that, Hazrat Naik Khan writes about this, that often if we think about something in our minds and we hope for something and we imagine it, then it will manifest in some form if we hold on to that idea.
Something that funny happened to me today like that, actually. I'd had a friend over this afternoon, and I said goodbye to her, and then I was thinking, I'm going to have to try and get some flowers for the house for this weekend, because we've got people coming, and I just thought, it'd be nice to have some flowers. And then there was a knock on the door, and my friend came back with a bunch of flowers. She said, I brought these for you. I forgot to give them to you.
Amazing.
That was quite quick.
Yes.
Manifestation that time. It happens sometimes, really obviously.
And of course, the story of my perfect car being manifested, but that's just for another time. But I saw written on the page here, and then I heard Jilani talking about imagine possibilities, and of course I thought of the beautiful song by John Lennon, which I'm sure many of you know. Perhaps I won't read it all out, but imagine there's no countries, it isn't hard to do, nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
So maybe this can be our honouring of Holocaust Day, to really feel how we can imagine and build and create a better future. Future filled with peace and justice for all. And there's an old dance which isn't done very often these days. I hadn't danced it for years, but yeah. But it uses this phrase, Khaliq, Allah. But it also uses salam, peace. So it feels very appropriate. So here are the words. Salam, Khaliq, Allah.
Salam, Khaliq, Allah.
Salam, Khaliq, Allah.
Salam, Khaliq, Allah.
So peace. Khaliq, the only one who creates. Allah is the only one who creates. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam, salam.
Salam, salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum assalam.
So peace be with you, peace, peace, peace be with you, and also with you. So this is how it goes. Salam Khaliq Allah. Salam Khaliq Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Salam salam. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. I think it's a little bit high for me, that. You hear me squawking away there. If you don't mind taking it down
It's
a little,
beautiful.
that would be good. Well, thank you.
Like a beautiful bird.
Like a beautiful squawking bird. A little bit lower would be nice. So, that sounds better. You sing it with me this time. Salam Khaliq Allah. Salam Khaliq Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Salam salam. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Let's try that again. Salam Khaliq Allah. Salam Khaliq Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Salam salam. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. And again, I think. Salam Khaliq Allah. Salam Khaliq Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Salam salam. Salam alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. What do you think? Are we getting it? Do we need to do it again? One more time?
One more time.
Okay. One more time through, and then I'll show you some movements. Salam Khaliq Allah. Salam Khaliq Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Salam salam. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. I think that's coming. Very good. So we've got this unusual movement, which is like windscreen wipers. We're kind of waving at peace, with peace at each other. And we do it first of all at the heart, and then we do it up high. I think I'm going to stand up so you can see all of it. So, Salam Khaliq Allah, Salam Khaliq Allah. Okay, so it's 8 times at the heart and 6 times up in the air. And then Assalamu alaikum, we'll turn with our arms up high. If we were in the same room, you'd be turning with a partner here, so you can invite a partner into this turn as well. So, Assalamu alaikum, salam salam. So salam salam, the hands come from the heart, and then we're going to do another turn with our hands at this level. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. So the second time, that bow is just very, very brisk. Walaikum assalam, salam Khaliq Allah, salam Khaliq Allah, assalamu alaikum, salam salam, assalamu alaikum, walaikum assalam, salam Khaliq Allah, salam Khaliq Allah, assalamu alaikum, salam salam, assalamu alaikum, walaikum assalam, salam Khaliq Allah, salam Khaliq Allah, assalamu alaikum, salam salam, assalamu alaikum, walaikum assalam. High voices. Salam Khaliq Allah, salam Khaliq Allah, assalamu alaikum, salam salam, assalamu alaikum, walaikum assalam. Low voices. Salam Khaliq Allah, salam Khaliq Allah, assalam alaikum, salam salam, assalam alaikum, walaikum assalam. And together. Salam Khaliq Allah, salam Khaliq Allah, assalamu alaikum, salam salam, assalamu alaikum, walaikum assalam. One more time. Salam Khaliq Allah, salam Khaliq Allah, assalamu alaikum, salam salam, assalamu alaikum.
alaikum assalam.
Salam, Khaliq Allah. Ameen.
What a joyful dance.
There's something about the joy of those movements that I think really points to, gives us a clue to how we can find or access this creativity to create the peace, create the world we want to see. So we'll do some repetitions of Ya Khaliq, calling on this source of creativity, the only one who creates, the active source of creation, the continuous activity of creation, no beginning, no end, no rest in the middle. Every moment reveals Al-Khaliq in action. This creativity, this new beginnings in every moment, every breath. So as we do these repetitions, just allow yourself to imagine the possibilities that this endless source of creation might provide. Ya Khaliq, 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 Ya Khaliq. Breathing in Khaliq, placing it in the swing of the breath. Breathing out Khaliq. Connecting with this ceaseless creativity, the infinite possibilities. Knowing that Al-Khaliq is reflected in us, so we are able to consider, to imagine so many possibilities for the world we want to see. And releasing the words, letting them fall away, but just breathing with this essence of creativity, essence of infinite possibility. like to do something?
I don't think so. I think I've moved on from ancestor sky people. So I think something else.
Could do Shiva.
Yeah. I'm prepared.
Okay. Well, you can play for me then. A little bit of discussion going on here.
Very whispered discussion.
So,
I forgot to look it up. See.
so just connecting with this creative force, this infinite creativity. In another tradition, we have Shiva, the great creator and destroyer. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
So let's Namah Sometimes what looks like destruction is clearing the space for something new to be born. You know, we have to clear out the dead leaves and twigs in the garden to make room for new growth. When Jesus talked about I am the vine and you are the branches, he talked about how we, at the end of the season, it's natural that some branches fall away and are placed on the bonfire, and then that makes rich ash for nourishing the next season of growth. So let's, at times when the world feels like a chaotic and destructive place, let's hold this vision, this possibility that this destruction is also to make room for the creation of the world we long to see. So we're going to bow. Namaste. open out and up. Namo. Then if you wish, you can turn in your vastness, the vastness of this Shiva transformation energy. Shiva. Hari Om. So in our lineage we have this beautiful blessing of a vision beyond othering, beyond distinctions and differences. It's really could be a blueprint for this world that we are longing for, a world we are working towards, imagining, creating and building. These words from Hazrat Inayat Khan, reminding us to seek beyond in all of our songs and dances and prayers and practices, that and interactions with each other, interactions with the world, just to remember that this surface experience is such a confused delusion.
I think I saw a big billboard or a poster up that said, remember, we have far more things in common than we have differences between us, or something like that. We share far more between us than we differ in.
That's right. And you can see that so much in the sources of the languages of between the shalom we began with and the salam we were singing. These words are so close, and yet they're drawn from the same roots, and sung by the same hearts. So let's finish our time together today with this chant and dance that uses the words taken from the prayer Khartoum from Hazrat Inayat Khan. And we say, raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us.
Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide.
So in this song, let's divide us. So raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Raise us above, raise us above, raise us above. Ameen, Ameen. I think you'll be all right with that bit.
Yeah.
And then we say, remind ourselves with this beautiful Arabic phrase, remembrance, the zikr. La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah.
All separation is illusion. There's only one. La ilaha illallah hu.
La ilaha illallah hu.
That'll do, I think. Let's sing it.
Yeah. Sorry.
I always struggle with finding the first note here.
Key.
Yeah, let's try it and see. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. I think it's a bit low, isn't it?
It's a bit
Let's
low
try
for
again.
me.
Let's try again. We'll get there,
Don't have
friends.
much power down there.
Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Raise us above the distinctions
differences which divide us. Raise us above, raise us above. Amen, amen. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Raise us above, raise us above. Amen, amen. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah.
So just in case you haven't seen this beautiful comment in the chat here, we are far more united and have much more in common with each other than the things that divide us. This is the lines of a song that I sing with my radical choir in Edinburgh. Thank you. That's really beautiful. It's just, many ways to say the same thing. That's part of this creativity, the many infinite possibilities of how to say. There's only one. We're all one. Well, if you want to, let's stand up and move with this. You can also just do some arm movements as you sit in your chair, or however you need to do this. But it's rather lovely to feel this raise us above as the arms come up. So the arms come up, raise us above, and then we turn with the arms up high, and then we bring them down in blessing the differences which divide us. Okay, so it's a real, even the differences are part of the beauty. We don't want to all be the same. We just want to be raised above it. We're not saying take it away. We want to be able to see it from above, like a beautiful mandala. All these different, sparkling, individual grains of sand, everyone different, and yet all making one beautiful picture.
Lovely. Oh, sorry.
Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Stepping forward, raise us above, raise us above. Amen, amen. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. La ilaha
us above. Amen. Amen. La ilaha illallah. 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 High voices raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. High voices raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Together, raise us above. Raise us above. Amen. Amen. La ilaha illallah. 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 Amen, amen. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide. So I'd like to close with the prayer Khartoum, but before we do that, Solomon is proposing to read us an inspiring poem from Khaliq Khan.
Aloha, aloha. Thank you so much. This is a poem I discovered. I think I got it from Shabda, and then I couldn't find it. And then I was so obsessed, I finally refound it today. So, it's called Love. Riding the steed of hope, the reins of courage in his hand, clad in the armor of patience, and perseverance as a helmet on my head, so I set out for the land of love. Carrying the lance of unshakable faith, girded with the sword of firm conviction, with the road of honor, of sincerity, and the shield of earnestness, so I walked in the path of love. My ear closed to the confused noise of the world, my eye averted from the all lure, my heart throbbing to the rhythm of my upward striving, guided by the blaze of my soul on the path, so I made my way through space. I passed through dense forests of eternal desire. I crossed the swift rivers of desire. I wandered through the deserts of silent suffering, and I climbed the steep heights of constant struggle. But since I always felt a presence in the skies, I asked, "Is it you, my love?" And a voice met my ear. It said, "No, I am much further away."
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
And I've just pasted.
Being Michelle.
I'm just noticing the time and that we are closing with this prayer cartoon which I've placed in the chat here. So let's say it together. O thou who art the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, Lord of heaven and earth, open our hearts that we may hear thy voice, which constantly comes from within. Disclose to us thy divine light, which is hidden in our souls, that we may know and understand life better. Most merciful and compassionate God, give us thy great goodness. Teach us thy loving forgiveness. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide. Send us the peace of thy divine Spirit, and unite us all in thy perfect being.